Going on, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode. It's been a while since I recorded. It's been a couple of days since I recorded a video going over the synthetic peers. However, I was so caught up dealing with some other stuff that I couldn't manage to do a video. Um, these markets have been a bit choppy. There were a few opportunities, of course, but it's been a bit choppy. But let's go over the price action of these last couple days. So I think the last time I did a video was, I think it was around Wednesday, Thursday, thereabout. I'll have to check. I think it was around Wednesday. Yeah, the 1st of October. That's last week. So let's get right into the video. It's almost 9:30 now. I just got home from work. Well, about an hour ago. Um, I'm going to be looking at volatility 25 1S and 50 1S. Let's get right into it. So, like we had the new month beginning last week, and we have been stuck inside this range just the same for these last couple of days. So, what I'm seeing here is we've been trying to break out of this other block here because we created a new one overlapping this one. Several times we attempted to break out, and every time we go up, we fail. And that causing us to sell back down now to the lower time frame. Um, well, the lower level here. So we're basically stuck at equilibrium. We're not able to get above 50% of this range. So the last couple of days, yesterday was Sunday, we sold off. Saturday, we closed here. So the new week open and we just pretty much reversing all of last week's price action because last week we started here, went up, wasn't able to stay above here, and we sold right back off. So that's just what we've been doing, stuck in this range. And this time frame here on the 4 hour, there were some opportunities to buy major, buy here, all the way up, went up, came back down, now we're selling right back off. These choppy ranges weren't so nice, but still, let's see if I can default. Yeah, these ranges are a bit choppy inside this range here, but like there were still opportunities. Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame now. It's a bit clearer, so we traded up into this other block, especially today, and we sold right back off down into discount. Now we're back into this demand level down here, and I don't know if we're going to get a bounce or we're going to run the previous weekly low, but that's what it looks like to me right now. And the 30 minutes is the same thing. We could have sold from here, sold from up here. Like there are multiple opportunities to get in. You just need to be in front of these charts. Let me go to trading view now to actually show you the price action and the opportunities. So let's go to volatility 25S. Like I said, it was a bit choppy for the latter part of last week. Actually, from about the 2nd of October, like we bounced several times off here. Because I checked the chart and I decided, you know what, it didn't even make any sense for me to put out a video when the market is moving like this. Sometimes you have to just avoid the price action when it's actually moving like this. So what I'm looking at here, we sold from that level right there. Actually, it would have been this zone right around here. And if you're not careful, you could have been burned several times in this type of price action here. If you don't know what you're doing, it can be pretty painful. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it's always easy to catch these moves. When the market is ranging like this, it's better to take the lows and take the highs and just avoid the middle part. Because every time you think it's going up, it's coming back down. So this was one opportunity to buy here. So this was one. This was a buy opportunity right here. This was another one. So this was right there. This was another one right there to buy. This was also another opportunity to get in for some buys. We ran the lows on this, but like I said, not the cleanest price action, but you could have still managed to capitalize. So we went up there, then we had this zone right around here that we sold from. Sold from this zone here. Coming all the way down. Went into a bit of drawdown on this one if you had taken it. But sold from there. Came into that small demand area there. This could have been an entry too, right there, you know. But like I said, these markets have been choppy. Went all the way back up to that level there. And you can see from the MT5 that we at in price. So went up, back up. Could have been another sell opportunity there, risking above these highs. Came back down here. This is another buy opportunity right around here. Stops below those lows and targeting these highs. So this would have been a nice trade too. So we sold off, came all the way back down. This was also another opportunity to get into the sell. This one, the stop is a bit wider. The stops would have been all the way up here. But nevertheless, still a good move. All you have to do is manage the risk. And you could have caught this move as well. It's just proper risk management. I'm not going down on the 5 minute time frame because you tend to be in and out scalping the market too much, especially for me when I'm not um on the charts all the time. It's not so easy to get into those moves. So this was another buy opportunity there. Not the cleanest entry because we had no manipulation on that week, but this was a buy opportunity just the same. No sell opportunity here until we got to up here because I'm trying to use the higher time frame zones. So this was one such higher time frame zone. What did I do now? Reset this chart. All right. Came down here. Stops would have been above here for the sell. Then this would have been the buy opportunity going back up here. Stops below the lows there. So the entry would have been around there. And this would have been the zone. And like I said, I just flowing with price. I'd have to be looking back on this right here. I know a zone was here. This was one right here. So I just showing you where we could have got into those moves. So, and I cherry picking the moves. Some of them, if you're not patient, you're going to get stopped out, especially if the stop's too tight. That's why I use in the 15-minute zones. This is another one right here. Wrong one. This is another one for the sale. And all you have to do is just risk the zone. And see, you could have been in this one for quite some time, selling all the way down. I've been watching some of these South African guys in these trades, sometimes for days. This is another opportunity to get in right there, risking above these highs. Boom. Risking above those highs right there. And you could have held this for quite some time. So the same sell from all the top, you could have held it all the way down through this little retracement. You could have even added right there. Added right there. This could have been a small buy, but we had no real zone right there. So I wouldn't have necessarily taken a buy right there. But see, we're still selling off. We open up the new day. Tuesday's price action start right here, and see we're already selling off. So flowing with price, this was the best opportunity on volatility 25S for the last couple of days, right around here, and we had this also here after we retrace. So all you have to do is just be patient. Just be patient, and you can catch some of these moves. If it's ranging, you just leave it. There'll always be a next opportunity. Let me go to volatility 51S now and show you what took place on it. So for the last couple of days, we've been selling too. Last week we ended down. The new week open, we didn't even manipulate up. We just came up a little bit and then we just dove off. So this is actually Sunday, Monday today, and Tuesday already started here, and we just going straight down. On the 4-hour time frame, we traded up into the premium leg. Not quite into a zone right there. I think on the, let me see the daily time frame. In the daily time frame, we had this order block here that we traded into. On the 4-hour time frame, it's a bit like this. And we sold from this order block here, coming all the way down. So we took out the liquidity, ran these lows. So it looks like we're going way lower now on this chart. And the 1 hour, this is what it looks like. A bit of a range yesterday, Sunday. If you didn't get in from pretty much Saturday, because I saw this move. But I was focused on doing some stuff with the MT5 and Nasdaq, so I didn't take any of these trades. So this sell-off came all the way down, we range a bit, came back up, and we're selling off again, going all the way down. So on the higher time frame, it looks like we're going to continue the sell-off. Let me go to the weekly time frame. So we're back at the low, this demand zone here. Don't know if we're going to get a bounce, but this is where we're at, selling off. We've been in a downtrend and we're failing to break above this high level of supply here, this other block here. So every time we come up to it, we're just selling off. So that's what it's doing on the daily and the weekly time frame. Let's go over the opportunities for the last couple of days. So this was a good opportunity to get into the sell right around here. I'll move over some of these. We'll get a small retracement back up. And as soon as you get the rejection, you could have taken that entry there and holding to target these lows. You could have capitalized on a crazy risk to reward going down here, and also the opportunity from here also you could have held. This was a buy opportunity also. This was the one that I was telling you about. I was watching this on Saturday. So on Saturday, after we sold off, I saw this change of character. We ran these lows, get a change of character here because we took out this last lower high, came down, and you can clearly see the trend switch when we came down and break above here. So you could have entered this one and held. I don't like these strong pullbacks. I'm still learning to hold through them. But even if you got stopped out here, this was another opportunity here. To be safe, your stops should have been down here. But if you're going for a more aggressive entry, you could have entered right around here and targeted the highs. We came up into this supply zone and we get an immediate reaction. This one was a quick reaction. Chances are you could have sold from around here, but your stops would have to be around here for them to be safe. So this would have possibly been the entry, ideally, here, right around here. But the stops would have to be above the highs here. You would have went into a little bit of drawdown before we came into here. Then once we came to this other block, you could have looked for some buys and we came up for a second test. Couldn't manage to get above. We just barely created a double top and we sold off instantly. Now this drop came all the way down. You could have held and we had another opportunity to enter here. This part, you could have caught the buys also. Not the cleanest, but like I said, sometimes the market's just going range a bit. So stops would have been below here, ideally. And the entry would have been inside one of these candles or here. It wouldn't have been the ideal place to enter because we don't have any strong. A friend of mine was saying there's a buy here, but I didn't see it because it's on the on here. Let me show you. On the daily time frame, and we didn't have a zone there on the 4 hour, just the same no zone. So I didn't trust it. We already had run through the lows, so I didn't trust those buys. So not the cleanest, but if you know how to read the market structure, then you could have risk below the zone like this and capitalize on the move. This sell, however, wasn't bad coming from this little demand supply zone right there where we sold off from. Move sideways into today, which is Monday, and see we just dropped off because we're in a downtrend on the higher time frame. So until we break back above and get a clean market structure shift, we're still looking for sales. So we sold off from right there. Just have to be patient and see if we're going to continue dropping or we're going to reverse. So there was an opportunity to get in there. Also another opportunity right around here to get in, risking above the highs like this. Above these highs is right around there, and you could have caught the cells going all the way down. Now that is about it for these synthetic pairs. There were quite some opportunities. Some of them, if you're not careful, you would have lost, especially when the market's been consolidating as much as this. But let us see what this week brings. If I get any opportunities to capitalize on these. But that is about it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thanks for the support. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.